welcome back to All Sorts of Sports.
The Frozen edition.
Let it go.
Yeah, I'm going to freeze quite a bit as we're doing this pod. I don't want to freeze while I'm doing something stupid, so let me try to get this in here before. Sportsy ass, lot, sportsy ass.
Sportsy ass. All right. I thought you were frozen.
All right. So where do you guys want to start today? You know, no.
I want to start with welcoming everyone for coming and watching, or coming and watching.
All right. So we have good news and sad news. Yeah, I want the good news or the sad news first.
Let's start with sad and with something happy. You know.
So we gotta start this off by saying rest in peace to Ryan Mallett. He passed away. He drowned. This is like, I guess, between our last pod and this pod. I'm not sure what happened. Does anybody know?
Yeah, so there are really bad rip currents in Florida, and I think it was like the deadliest weekend on the Florida coast in like 30 years. And you could see it from the top, like it was just ripping people out. So really sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks. Mad random.
Yeah.
Sorry, the way you said something, it's bothering me. And I wanted to laugh, but I can't laugh in this segment. So
good. I like to put you in tough situations.
Just saying, it happened between last pod and this one. Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, let's move on to something happy because I see what mood you in today.
You said it all profoundly. There's some sad news that happened between last podcast and this one.
We're gonna say
no shit, Sherlock.
We're gonna say congratulations to Luca. Luca got engaged yesterday to his longtime girlfriend, who I guess like they've known each other for 12 years and been dating for 7. I don't know why I know that. I just keep looking at threads on Twitter.
You don't know what we know. Why you know that? You thought it was gonna be you. No shit.
Bitch.
Also, hold on, the engagement photos, right? Was there more? So I'm guessing it completely was not a surprise engagement, right? Because that, like the photo shoot, she's wearing that dress.
Yeah, that shit is set up.
I was like, what the fuck is that?
Also, if Lucas is out in public, like people are gonna be mobbing him. Like that shit is cordoned off. They like rented the park for the day.
But that's kind of like normal though. When you think about it, that's normal for him.
Yo, I saw this shit. Hold up.
I want to know, why is that normal? Like, it feels like you got insider info, which makes sense because you wish it was you.
No. Why the fuck would I wish it was?
You love Luca. It's okay.
I've criticized Luca more than everybody here.
And as a good partner should.
Right. God damn it.
One. We got the over and under at 5. I set the line, so we're good. That's one.
Speaking of stage shit, I watched I don't know if y'all saw this. I think it was a TikTok. At least this girl filming herself cleaning a beach.
Yeah.
And then she leaves the bag of trash on the beach and walks away.
Yeah.
I don't know who you are, lady, but you suck. You suck a lot.
The thing is, I don't believe that's real until I see the actual video from like her view.
I mean,
even if she does, I still think that was fake. I still think somebody had to come afterwards and did something.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I think somebody showed up beforehand and told her to do it, and then they're going to record it.
Maybe.
And make it seem like that.
No, I'm saying the whole thing is a stunt.
Yeah. I know a lot of stupid people. That seems like something that stupid people could do.
That's also very possible. And I feel like the bar for that gets lowered every day.
The bar is in hell.
Anything for clout.
Yeah.
I mean, hell's not too bad. Depends on where you got the real estate. I got a nice penthouse.
Good luck with that. Okay.
Hitler's on one wing, Gandhi's on the other. Surprisingly.
See, look what God does to you when you say stupid shit like that.
I've been smiting.
2.
All right.
We're getting there. All right. Some other.
We're going to hit 5 before the second segment.
Yeah, we are. And it's going to be great.
Yep.
The other sad news that we got for right now is all the layoffs at ESPN.
Sad-ish.
It's sad. People losing their jobs, man.
I haven't reached out to my buddy.
Also, I I have a feeling that while they are done at ESPN, they were all under a contract, and those contracts go get paid. So.
True.
Well, I got a feeling tonight's going to be a good night. You know, here's a list. Hey, that's. I think I'm still high.
I think you are too.
That's fair. That's
totally
okay.
Fair. I have the full list
of
everybody. Wait, what? I didn't know that.
Uh-oh.
We'll go through the list, and we'll find out.
So, they let go of Andre Ward.
Okay,
that was random. Ashley Brewer. Chris Chelios,
hockey guy.
It says NFL analyst.
Chris Chelios?
Okay. I don't know. All right. David Pollock.
Mm-hmm.
Doug Kezrian.
We picked the guy who mispronounces names.
Yep.
Every time to read this list of names. All right. Keep it going.
And the fact that they put Chris Chelios as an NFL analyst is just wrong. So I don't know where this list is.
Cool. All right, fine. Doug, no, I already said him. Gene Wojciechowski. Like, come on. That was right?
It was close.
Let's fucking go. All right, Jalen Rose.
This is me trying to get through a FIFA roster.
That's actually pretty accurate. Jason Fitz, Raiders fan. Hopefully he gets back on his feet. Jeff Van Gundy,
future Washington Wizard assistant coach.
I'm gonna be mad at that. June Lee, Jordan Cornette, and Keyshawn Johnson.
That's not
Alfonso Ellis, Matt Hasselbeck, Max Kellerman, Neil Everett, Nick Friedel, Rob Ninkovich, Steve Young, Susie Colbert, and Todd McShay.
Susie was the one that was like, there must have been a contract up. 3.
No, I was just standing still.
Yeah, sure you were.
Look, a lot of these people are either careered ESPN people for who have made pretty good salaries at ESPN. I think most of their contracts are getting paid out, or they're career athletes.
It's 5. It's 5.
God, damn.
It's fucking over, man. It's over.
Nope, not yet.
You know what? I'm here.
Look, see?
No, we're just not doing video. I'm off video today.
No.
There's gonna be a photo of me right there.
That's technically 6. So
that's 6. You hit the over. We're good. We're done. I'm not fucking doing this. I don't know if the screen's gonna keep going from 3 to 2, 3 to 2, 3 to 2. So I ain't fucking dealing with this shit. I don't want to spend the entire fucking day editing. So I'm done. I'm fucking done. Y'all can hear me. You can hear me fine. I can see you guys. It's all good.
All right. They were either career ESPN employees or were athletes who then this was their second career for the majority of those.
Yeah.
Any of the good ones are going to get picked up by networks who are not dying. Amazon, Apple, Fox, any of them. And they'll be fine.
Yeah.
You say networks that aren't dying, which means they got to be alive in order to fucking die.
Well, Fox has a shit ton of money.
Fox has a shit ton of money, but like the thing that I don't think
has to be alive in order to die.
No, I'm saying the other networks even have to get to a point in which they fucking matter, right? Well, so like can you name a show outside of not First Things First? Can you name a show outside of Undisputed on that network?
First Things First.
God damn it, I spoiled it. You fucking prick. He wasn't gonna get it.
No, I wasn't. But a lot of these guys will just be like in-game analysts for the new networks that have the majority contracts for the major sports. So.
I think that's a possibility, but I think the thing that ESPN is probably doing more than anything is realizing that, hey, we just blew our entire wad on Pat McAfee, and outside of the Pat McAfee deal, Stephen A. Smith is only growing stronger. And Lord knows if they can scoop up Shannon Sharp, they will probably do that too. But I think what Shannon probably needs to look at, the same way that everybody needs to look at, is if you're going to do like long form sports takes or analysts that's not based in whatever's happening with the live event, it's better to do your own thing or to have your own show in a sense, whether it be a podcast or a YouTube channel or anything like that, that you can really do what you need to do from a creative standpoint, right? I think right now ESPN only exists because of the live sports. Otherwise, most of us wouldn't fucking tune into the shit. And that's what they know that. They build everything around those live sports, right? It's like the only reason any of us watch NFL Sunday Countdown or anything is if there's a game happening on that fucking network before the game. That's the only reason you watch that shit. They build the programming blocks around it. And I think they've gone so far as the personality stuff, but they even do what they can to chop them off. How do I want to say this? ESPN is dying the same way almost every other cable network is dying, unless you have quality content. And the thing with content is if you're going to be in the landscape of speaking about sports, there are some people that are just going to be completely okay with turning on podcasts like ours on YouTube that might go longer form in certain things that they care about, more than waiting for ESPN to get to a particular topic that you want to hear, while you got to sit through 10 other topics that you don't fucking give a shit about. ESPN is background noise. That's what I'm saying. It's like, it's a YouTube sort of thing. You look at the clips of anything. Why would I sit down and watch a 2-hour block of something where I only give a fuck about 30 minutes of it, right? Or we even know when there are certain things that happen. Oh, the NFL draft happened. Oh, there was a crazy trade. Let's turn on ESPN in the morning so I could see what everybody's saying. And then what do? You watch the A block of every show and you're turning it off for its background noise for the rest of it, right?
Or you can just do something else and then just catch it on YouTube like 2 minutes after.
Which is the way that we're going.
Yeah, yep. I think it's mostly Bob Iger and co. dumping dead weight and not putting good money after bad. They're doing the same thing at like actual Disney. So
but I'd say fuck ESPN now, because
they're going for, I think they're going for less content, more quality. And unfortunately, some of the people they let go were some of the.
I don't think that's the case at all. I don't think they're going for more quality.
Well, and less content. They're cutting heads so that they can make more profit.
Here's what it is.
When's the last time y'all looked at SportsCenter?
Almost every day.
I don't. Fuck that.
Do you sit down and just watch SportsCenter, or do you just have it on in the background? Just because you're used to.
I try and watch Scott Van Pelt almost every day.
That's the only SportsCenter that I'll tune in.
But that's like at night.
That's Scott's show. I don't even count that as SportsCenter.
I watch it at the end of the day. I already know what happened from the day before. I watched it.
That's not how it used to be, though.
No, but think about this though. When's the last time sitting down and watching SportsCenter was because there was nowhere else to watch all of your fucking sports. Like the last time that SportsCenter was truly relevant is pre-YouTube. Think about it. Like
that and the anchors.
The anchors helped, right? But at the end of the day, it was the content. And I think what ESPN is starting to realize at this particular point is why they're going to watch the stuff they watch on our network, regardless, as long as we got the live sports component. It's not going to change. Or we might be able to do things as far as the YouTube clips and stuff like that, but that's not what they're in. ESPN is a fucking cable channel. They're television. It's a dying
ESPN app
thing.
Is a monster.
The ESPN app is a monster, but it's still the majority of the ESPN stuff on ESPN Plus or whatever on the app is what? Written content, list,
and every sports event imaginable.
Live sports. That's live sports.
Yeah.
I have never once watched anything other than live sports on ESPN Plus. That's it.
Right.
I have never once been like, oh, wonder what so-and-so has to say about this event.
I would, like, especially like if I'm in like a meeting or something, and like, for example, the Grant Williams trade, which we'll get to at some point, like I wanted to see what like Stephen A. Smith or the other people like said about it. So I went and just looked at the previous airing of like Get Up or First Take or something like that, like the day of.
Right, but that's what you searched out a specific topic on a specific thing that you wanted to hear about. And what prevents you from going on YouTube to search for that exact same specific clip and content?
ESPN has to do a better job at cracking down on everybody that's ripping their shows. But I'm happy that I get to just go to YouTube and look at it. But at some point, ESPN is going to crack down on that.
They could try, but it's more about doing a better job getting your own content out and realizing that people are not going to pay a premium to do that. It's a different landscape now.
Whoa.
I'm back for a second. It's just, I accidentally clicked my mouse. Look, ESPN, like everything else on cable, unless you have the right content, it's not going to fucking matter. And ESPN need to know a long time ago that they're not fully in the content game. It's a different thing. CNN, MSNBC, look at the personalities that existed 20 years ago and compare them now. It's night and fucking day. Everybody was better back then than they are right now. It's 24/7, 365. How the fuck are you supposed to entertain people constantly doing that shit? It waters down everything.
Yeah.
You can say exaggerated lies on every segment.
Well, here's the other thing is how many times do you go on ESPN Plus to read an article that you know is just outlandish enough for them to have something to fucking talk about on the goddamn TV show?
Oh, like
Anthony
ESPN's
Davis being number 2 in the
100.
power ranking, right? Like that shit is all they do. It's fucking dog eat dog.
Shut up.
I didn't come up with the fucking list, asshole. ESPN came up with the list and then they debated it on ESPN. It's like, what are we doing? Like we're creating our own shit so that people can tune in to see us argue about our own shit. Like it's dumb as fuck. But that's what they do. That's why when you go and get a Pat McAfee to be on ESPN, that is them waving a white flag saying, we don't know how to do this anymore. We're not creative. We don't give anybody a long enough leash because every time they do, they end up having some sort of controversy because they're pussies. So like if you give Michael Smith and Jamel Hill a show and they're really talking about shit that they want to do, oh no, all these white dudes in the Midwest, they should shut up and do. We can't do that. Or when you get Max Kellerman being a little too real, they need to throw him on some motherfucking show and make sure add some more mics so that he talks less. Like it's ESPN is afraid constantly to push the envelope on anything, which is why I don't think the Pat McAfee thing's going to work. Because what's Pat best at? Uncensored. These are my thoughts. I'm not trying to piss people off, but I'm going to be real. You can't do that for the fucking Mickey Mouse company.
Is it
doesn't work.
ESPN or is it an ESPN Plus show?
They're going to have him on fucking everything. Are you shitting me?
Well, I thought for the ESPN Plus stuff,
but he's also keeping it on YouTube as well.
Yeah, so you can say whatever you want.
So you can just watch it as you normally have.
Also, he's getting a bag. Who cares?
Right,
it's less of a bag, but it's still a bag.
He retains full creative control. So
here's what I would say.
That's fire.
Yeah, but there's going to be language in that. He doesn't get to do anything he wants to do. But the idea that like, say versus Ush, right? This will never happen. But like, if ESPN came to Ush right now and said, "Hey, we got a block on ESPN2,
that might happen
from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m., and we just want you guys to do a daily show. But the sports in your ass stuff, that's got to end. This, that, and the other's got to." Yeah, we'd all probably take that, right?
Sports in your bum.
We'd all probably take that. But then
you'd probably take that freezing.
We'd all fucking take it. But then what you do is that you'd look for some sort of way to get back to the road to independence again.
Yeah.
Which is what I think Pat McAfee will do.
Oh,
this will open them up for more people and then leave.
We have seen this with streamers, with podcasters, with everybody. Contracts don't mean fucking shit anymore. He'll do a year, get angry. Somebody will be like, "I'll pay you $200 million." He'd be like, "All right, I'm out of here," and then that'll be that.
I don't think it's that easy for ESPN with this. They've tied a lot to McAfee. Right. I'm hoping McAfee pushes the envelope. I really am. I'm hoping he continues to push.
That's a wild
face.
All right, I'm just turning it off again.
Why'd you think it was gonna work this time when it hasn't worked in the last?
Here's what I noticed. Minutes? I noticed when my face is not on here, usually I'm the dude that railroads over your guys when you're talking. Mm-hmm. You guys have railroaded over me too much, and I feel
you don't fucking like it. All right, let's move on.
I shouldn't have copped that.
Fuck ESPN. Fuck ESPN. It's a hellhole.
Yeah. All right.
They should just have Andor. Let's just play Andor in a loop. They own the rights. Just play Andor.
Nah. All right. Dame Lillard versus the Blazers. I never thought I would see this day.
Why?
Because he hasn't run from the ground forever.
Oh, fuck you.
At some point, everybody wakes up and is like, man, I'm getting old. I should probably do something.
Well,
that's not what happened.
Yeah, I heard some stuff. So I heard that between the past few years, right? They've had a plan. And part of that plan was the draft pick for this year, they were going to trade for a veteran. And that's kind of why they had Dame sit out a little bit too. It's like, all right, you hurt. We just going to tank a little bit, get a better draft pick. We could trade him for a good vet. Dame's like, all right, bet. They end up getting the third pick. And they're like, Scoot's here. We're not trading this pick.
Scoot looks like a baller, though.
Yeah. And then Dame said, all right, well, you drafted my replacement. I'm out. Trade me.
Just probably more angrily than that and well-deserving, right?
Yeah.
What did the entire lead up to the draft, I know we talked about it here on this.
To me.
We talked about how if Scoot Henderson went to Portland, then that meant that Dame was on his way out. Yep. And we all talked about the New Orleans trade, whether or not they were going to do Ingram or whether or not they were going to try to do Zion, what else they'd have to fucking package with that, all of that kind of shit. Then you saw, okay, they did two things in which you knew, okay, something's up. The stupid Jeremy Grant contract.
Yeah, 160. But we'll talk about that in a second.
And then they drafted Scoot. And it was like, we had the lull after the draft where it was like, hold on, what are they doing? Are they going to play both of them? This makes no sense. We all did the lead up in saying that it made no sense for them to have both of them. That is them straight up lying to fucking Dame.
Again.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, the thing is, Portland has tried to build around Dame. They've just been sort of incompetent. And they haven't been able to do enough. And now you're at a point where you look at Dame and you're like, I don't even think it's people that's trying to market to Dame doesn't want to be a part of a rebuild. No, I think that Dame has said, I've been loyal to you fuckers for how long? I've been very transparent with you guys. There are so many times where I could have asked for my way out, or I could have bailed, none, this, that, and the other. How many opportunities he had to do it? And he stuck by. And now all I need you guys to do is be transparent and honest with me. And you fucking went and did the complete opposite thing. Fuck off.
These hoes.
And here's the thing that Portland doesn't understand in the long term. This fucks them even further as far as free agents and stuff. Am I going to trust that organization? When you just did that to Dame fucking Lillard, the guy who's been your franchise for how many fucking years?
That, and now if they do have to trade him, they're probably going to get a lower return because the teams know that Dame's pissed and wants out. So,
and he's only wants to go to one spot.
The Gucci Gang Dragons? Oh.
Yeah, he only wants to go to the Heat, apparently.
I don't necessarily believe that fully.
I don't like how this is playing out for Dame though.
Why?
The perception of him is getting worse, which kind of sucks because he doesn't deserve that.
Yeah, to whom?
To the everyday fan.
Oh.
Just because it's more so the stuff comes out now that where the agent is saying the agent's telling teams that if it's not the Heat and he gets traded to you, he's not going to show up. Of course he is, but that's the word that's coming out. It's he's not going to show up.
But that is his agent's job, is to get him placed where he wants to be placed. His agent is just doing his job.
The other part is Dame usually comes out and he addresses shit head on. From what I've seen from him, his whole career. And I haven't seen him say too much in regards to this.
I'm not sure he's allowed to.
He's still under contract with that team. He's not allowed. What is he allowed to do?
What is he not allowed to do?
Talk about the shit. Let his fucking agent handle it. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Is
that's the point of having an agent,
right?
Is that they can do this.
So
you cannot.
There is a surprising aspect to hearing the agent be basically leaking and being public enough in saying, "Hey, I don't want to go here, don't want to go there." I don't know exactly where it is that stories are coming from. I was trying to make sense of it in a convo with somebody else. Look, it's a well-known fact in the NBA. You can't trade somebody to somewhere they don't want to be.
Yep.
You can't do that.
You can, but it's dumb.
It's really stupid, right? So like you could, what do you want to have another James Harden eat himself out of your fucking locker
Exactly.
or eat himself off the court? Or
no,
do you,
it's a fat suit. Come on.
like
I mean,
you can, that's what we talk about, like player empowerment. When we talk about player empowerment, right? One of the big aspects of player empowerment is they get to dictate pretty much where they're going to go, because especially Dame is owed what, like $68 fucking million. Like you can't just, nobody's going to write that and be like, oh, well, yeah, he's not committed to playing for us. So you let your agent fucking handle it. Look, I don't want to fucking go here, there. Don't just send me fucking anywhere. I know Portland's desperate as fuck, so they might try to do something stupid. So what you do is you release a couple statements. Hey, I'd like to go here. I'd like to go there. But I don't think Dame is going to be the dude that, like, if he doesn't go to Miami, he's not going to play. I don't see. We know Dame, and that's what the Dame that you know, the Dame that I know. That's the real Dame. He's not going to be somebody that that pulls a Harden. But what he's trying to do is influence as best as he can, not to just go anywhere.
And I think we saw this a little bit with some of the Heat unloading some of their players. They can theoretically do it. But I think it's going to come down to the Heat?
It's the same. You remember when the rumors were Kobe was going to go to Chicago?
Yes.
And it almost happened. But what was Kobe's issue with the Lakers front office? Motherfuckers, you can't trade the entire roster to get me because I need people to play with. Like, you can't, if you're going to trade everything away to get me, then I'm not going there to fucking rebuild. Ask for less. Like, that's the point of what is the
they only but the Heat only need Bam and Jimmy there too.
If you think Bam, Jimmy, and Dame Lillard is enough to win a championship,
bruh,
the big three, dude.
Okay, I'll say is
with no bench, no depth.
That team has gone to the final, and they want to keep Caleb Martin, of course. But that team has gone to the finals 2 out of the last 4 years.
100%. But what has been the Heat's number one thing? They are deep.
Bench. Yeah. But
they are
how do we know they don't have like 15
What do you mean,
people?
are they? Gabe Vincent will go off one night and they'll have another.
Gabe Vincent's already gone. He went somewhere else.
I get. That's what I'm saying.
That you can't trade that piece.
I'm not. But that's not the point. The point is whether or not they could still be a contender if you trade away everything you have that was their biggest strength. The biggest strength was they were deep.
But how do we know they don't have like
else went off?
15 G leaguers that we don't know about?
Exactly what just happened with them.
Yeah, that's what they've been doing.
I get it, but you have to build that. That doesn't happen fucking overnight. Like, you have to continuously build that. That's the Heat culture way, right? Undrafted, unheralded guys, you do that, this and that, and the other. Right. If you trade everyone that you've been built, because that's the other thing with the Heat, right? That team that was just playing this in these last finals, right? How long have these guys been on that team?
A year or two?
Not all of them. They've been rocking a little longer than that. Like, most of those bench guys, most of those dudes, less than 4, but those dudes have been sitting there learning and getting there on the fucking roster, and that's the depth thing. What you end up seeing almost every fucking series in the playoffs is if you don't have the fucking depth, you're not gonna fucking win. And the Heat relied on that so hard. How many games did Jimmy Butler not go off points-wise, but you then have Caleb Martin hitting, Duncan Robinson hitting? Every time you had some unheralded dude hitting. If you get rid of all that to go get Dame, and you don't have because guys like Gabe Vincent have already fucking left, what are you going to do?
Duncan Robinson's a Cav.
Yeah.
Right. And so what are you going to do?
Already.
So what are they trading for him?
They're trading Hero, and I heard that it had to be like a 3-team deal because I don't think Portland wants enough.
But I'm saying, look at the Miami roster and tell me, what do they need to give up in order to get a Dame Lillard?
Their future. They leverage their future to win today.
Right. That, and then it's also changed because teams are now trading away big contracts to try to put themselves in better position when it comes to the new CBA coming out. So it's not going to be like, think about like what they got for Bradley Beal, like as an example.
A bag of chips.
Yeah, so it's not going to be as crazy.
No, hold on. What are you
be.
talking about as far as Beal? Beal, our hands were tied. There was only one option for Beal. You know why? Because there have been 10 guys in the history of the NBA to get a fucking no trade clause, and Bradley Beal was one of them. That doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah, but he's in Phoenix.
Because he said he wasn't going to go anywhere else.
I know, but that's hilarious.
It's fucking it is funny. But that's but that was the thing with the Brad Beal thing. Miami offered more than Phoenix did. We couldn't say yes. Why? Because Phoenix had Bradley Beal's family fell in love with fucking Phoenix.
But on the flip side, but Dame can make Portland's front office so miserable that they just end up trading him for a bag of chips.
Right. Ryan, let me tell you the Heat's roster as of this past year. Max Strus.
Right.
Bam.
Oh, do me a favor. When you're going through that list, name every time that he says somebody, Ryan, let me know whether or not they were a significant contributor in their playoff run.
Okay. And then we can also I'll say their experience, like how many years they've been in a league.
Yep.
Okay.
Like Max Strus.
Huge.
Yeah. 3 years.
Okay.
In the league.
Less than 4.
Yeah. Bam Adebayo.
Don't fucking do that.
Nah.
Don't fucking do that.
Bam still
might
has
have
to
been
be
the most important.
Yeah.
5 years.
Okay. But he's
Caleb Martin.
Caleb Martin is he contributes 60% of the games.
And I would say the same with Max Strus, but
yeah,
because he'll go 0 for 9.
Oh, but we're talking about the playoffs or
the playoff run.
Okay. Yeah, I mean all these guys are big. So
huge.
Yeah, because it's starters. But all right. So Caleb Martin, 3 years. Gabe Vincent.
Huge.
3 years.
Less than 4.
Tyler Hero.
0.
Exactly. 3 years. And he's the main
if Tyler Hero had been there,
he would have contributed.
He would have contributed bigly. 3 years, yeah.
Jimmy Butler.
Round 1, bigly. Round 2, bigly. Then it kind of fell off a little bit. But still, obviously, a piece you have to keep.
11 years.
Well, yeah, he's fucking a dinosaur.
Yep. Kyle Lowry.
He was a major contributor as much as we hated him.
Yeah, but is he?
He literally was responsible. He was very responsible for them winning a few games in that playoff run.
Right.
Even though he looked like absolute dog shit. They lost, which we still got to remember that.
Yeah. So like big, but not necessarily somebody you have to keep.
And another thing, this year he's on $30 million, right? Expiring contract.
Go away.
All right,
that's huge.
Just rapid fire go through the roster.
That's huge. 30 million expiring contract. Oh, he's gonna be in the deal for sure. Highsmith. He became like he had one good game like as a defensive stopper. Like came in. Yeah. 2 years. Oladipo. Injured. 9 years. Duncan Robinson.
Huge.
4 years. I feel like he was non-existent the whole year, and then he had
you named the Miami Heat. They were all non-existent for a whole goddamn.
Dude, they would sit their entire.
So it's like, all right, you add
roster.
Dame to this mix, and then you.
Hold on, no, you're not. You're missing the point. We just go through the roster.
All right, Orlando Robinson, rookie. Kevin Love. No.
He contributed in the finals. But go ahead.
Yeah, but he's like all these people.
Fine. You're spending entirely too much goddamn time on
that. All right, you keep ignoring me. I mean, interrupting.
Because you're saying a bunch of other random shit.
Jamal Cain.
Right, we reached the dregs of the roster.
Jovic.
Have we reached the dregs of the roster?
Wait, Jovic was pretty good. He just got in.
Yeah.
Of the guys you just named, who's already off the roster?
There's one more.
Goddamn.
The Omer Uvertson and then Udonis Haslem.
Yurtseven, but yeah.
Yurtseven. Oh, yeah.
Of those guys on the roster that you just listed, how many guys are not there anymore?
Caleb Martin, Max Strus, Duncan Robinson.
Right? So good chunk.
Oladipo.
Then outside of that, there were also names that I didn't even fucking know. So they're nothing as far as any fucking trade value, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what are you doing? You got dudes that have already left. You got the dudes we don't know anything fucking about.
Mm-hmm.
What are you trading or having to give up to go get Dame Lillard and it's able to be able to put together a fucking roster?
Okay, you ready?
Your future.
The future, right? The guys we don't know.
Yeah.
If you're trading Damian Lillard, what are you accepting when he doesn't have a no trade clause?
All the picks.
Yeah.
Every pick in existence.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that enough?
You can still build a roster.
Picks? What are their picks? And if you're talking about as far as what their picks are, even with that, right? If you're expecting they're going to be in the East, those three will absolutely get you in the playoffs. They will be they will be above the play-in, right? It's not a high draft pick. They're going to be in a lottery.
That don't matter.
It does matter.
Not all right. Look, the other part about it is you include Kyle Lowry's contract, which is a big thing for teams.
Yeah.
Then you got Tyler Hero, who wasn't in the playoff run at all. Ryan, are you frozen?
No.
Oh.
I'm just looking at their picks.
And then you got Tyler Hero, who wasn't a part of the playoff run at all, but teams covet him. The Blazers may not want him, but that's why you involve a third team who actually wants Tyler Hero and his contract. Let me see where that is.
Look, the only point that I'm making is that regardless of what it is, look, I still think at the end of the day, because of the way that the player empowerment works and because you got to trade somebody pretty much where they want to go, otherwise they can play hardball, even though I think if I'm the fucking Portland Trailblazers at this point where I already know that I'm the villain, I'm probably going to take Jimmy. I'm probably going to take Dame to the limit there. I might really take him to the limit and call his fucking bluff. But beyond that, if they trade the future, if they trade any of those guys there on that Miami roster, I don't think under any circumstances, Dame, Bam, and Jimmy is enough to win a championship.
Yeah,
it's just not.
They may have to add another piece, but a cheaper piece. They got rid of some people that they were just never going to be able to pay.
I think that what you're talking about as far as the free agents that are going to be in about a year when the new CBA and everything drops and they got the new the luxury tax, whatever bullshit, that is where you're going to find a bunch of mid-level free agent huge contributors. And that's what I think most teams are trying to line themselves up for. You're going to get some great fucking deals on some really talented dudes that can take you over the limit. Maybe if you're Miami, that's what you're fucking holding out for. But that's with a roster that's only getting fucking older, right? Yeah. Dame's getting older, Jimmy's fucking getting older. And I'm telling you, the only reason Miami was in the conversation because of how fucking deep they were.
Yeah, but again, I think we're discounting the fact that Dame doesn't want to play in Portland. He can make their life living hell, which would make him cheaper as a trade piece.
Go home.
Kelly Oubre, Christian Wood, and Will Barton are still available, and that will round out a solid squad.
Christian Wood, all right.
Yeah, he's not going to be expensive. No team is offering him more than I guess the minimum right now, or something crazy.
And quite frankly, Spo could get the three of us, put us on the bench, and somehow make that team make the playoffs. So.
Yeah, culture's a thing. It's not it's not fucking Miracle Tonic, okay?
It's Miracle Tonic.
It's not Miracle Tonic. It's a thing, but it's not the only.
All right.
You know what I really liked? I liked when you heard that Dame said positive things about Greg Popovich. I actually liked the San Antonio thing, even though there were a lot of people that it doesn't make sense as far as the timeline thing. I don't think it's not. Here's what you haven't heard Dame say or the agent say. It's not. I'm only going to a contender. Right now, it's I only want to go to Miami because Dame and Jimmy would get along tremendously on the fucking court. Actually, I really want to see it happen because I think it'd be fun as shit. But beyond that, I think Dame, his biggest issue is I don't want to play in Portland, but I also don't want to go somewhere where I have no chance at anything. I don't think he needs to win a championship in the next year. I don't think that's what he's looking at. I think he wants to go somewhere he wants to be. I think San Antonio actually could work in the sense of they got a lot of fucking young pieces that they can get rid of. We're going to talk about them later, but I don't know what a timeline even means when it comes to Victor Wembanyama. Like, it's not a, hey, we have to wait for 3 years before he develops into something. I don't think anybody thinks of him that way. So I don't know. I don't know what the timeline looks like in that.
OKC has the pieces.
OKC, that could be interesting. Him and Shea.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, and honestly, this could all be a fucking bait and switch. He might not want to go to Miami at all. He might want to go to, I don't know, Dallas.
Does any of us actually think Dame's not going to pull a Harden? Does any of us see Dame pulling a Harden?
No.
I think he might be frustrated enough with the front office that he would.
Hold on, I'm saying if Portland said, fuck it, Dame, you're going to Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
You're just going to Brooklyn. That's the bet. Do we think Dame doesn't suit up? That's what I'm talking about, calling the bluff. You can't do it with Harden. We know. But can you do it with Dame?
Maybe not. I don't know. I think, man,
Portland would be the fucking villains of the century.
They're already the villains.
It would be a lot worse.
It should be. But if you're at this point, you say, fuck it. We got Scoot.
Yeah, you ruin future credibility and you can't build around
and Scoot's not going to resign with you.
They've already done it. The way that they just did with Dame, they've already ruined it.
But like after a year, people will forget.
Yeah.
If they do that
typically
with Dame, they might not forget. So
they're definitely not going to forget.
Anyway, he deserves the championship, so I hope he goes somewhere where he succeeds.
All right. So
does he though?
Speaking of
I can't even see her face, so it doesn't matter what you think, Kadeen.
Fuck you.
And perfect time for a freeze. All right. Speaking of Wemby and the Spurs, right? He had his first game last night. And
sorry, did I spoil it? Did I spoil it for everybody?
Great timing on that. That was wonderful. It felt like you was just hit a button, like, well, drop. Fucking morning zoo show.
And that should have taken over the headlines for yesterday for him, but it actually didn't.
Oh, we talking about the other thing?
Yeah, we're talking about it all with Victor.
Victor's Welcome to America experience.
Yeah, he's been in America for like
it's Britney, bitch.
And he already has like people trying to grab him, and then when something happens to him, they blame him.
At least you didn't try and grab Brandon Miller. Anyway,
that's still my favorite joke.
That's so good. So good.
That's not okay.
Yes. The mid laugh freeze.
I only come back because you made fun of it. I'm going to leave now of my own accord.
Look, the Britney thing's a non-story. You don't run up on anybody. I don't care who you are if you don't know them. Also, she was last famous before he was born. So
I don't like this Britney Spears slander happening right now.
No, these are just the facts.
They're not facts, you asshole.
Are they not?
They're not. She had the residency show that got announced as far as Vegas. That was fucking huge.
Okay, he lives in fucking France.
The security doesn't.
How do you know?
That was San Antonio. No, you remember that it was the organization's security.
Yeah, they saw a time. First of all, Britney doesn't look like Britney did 10 years ago.
That's true.
She's a little cracked out. And two,
why you gotta do the cracked out thing?
A tiny crazy white lady is running at my athlete. I'm not gonna stop and be like, go through my Rolodex of famous white people to figure out whether or not she's a threat. You hit first and say you're sorry later. This is a non-story.
You're a fucking lawyer. It's assault.
He only hit the hand.
It's not assault.
It's you can't hit anybody that runs up on anybody like that. It doesn't work that way.
I can touch you back.
If you have put somebody else...
Right. Victor can touch back if he's feeling any sort of way. But at the end of the day, look. God
so can security.
Also, that's not the law, but continue.
Go fucking watch porn illegally, you prick. Look, they're both fucking wrong. Yeah. I'm not gonna say Victor's wrong, but I would say that like the security fucked up to a certain degree, and Britney really fucked up, without a doubt.
I'm Britney, bitch.
the idea that I'm Britney Spears, so I should be a big enough celebrity that I could walk up to anybody and they should recognize me. You don't need to necessarily think that, Britt. Also, in her statement, she goes too far. I don't think she was being inaccurate in the sense of seeing what the video showed. It doesn't look like she grasped from behind him or anything. She tries to put her hand on him and then got the shit slapped out.
Well, apparently
that's not
security
true.
Guard only hit the hand.
We can see in the fucking video that's not true.
How you know?
Because we can see the fucking video, James. Like,
well, the police have other videos, and
they're looking at the same fucking video. It's
it's pretty, bitch.
The security guard's hand and her hand both. She got double bitch slapped.
Yeah, but
one by herself.
Hey,
it was more so like to stop hitting yourself. Stop.
That's what it was. You can't do it. If I use your hand,
I didn't hit you. You hit yourself.
And that,
sir,
my friends,
I'd like to introduce. It was not me. The client.
Your Honor, the victim in this case was simply hitting herself.
I asked repeatedly, why are you hitting yourself?
Stop hitting yourself, I exclaimed.
Please.
And yet, no, the real story here is Wemby's first game. I don't know whether, because I know that Miss Spears has been known to do some voodoo dolls and shit. And I don't know if she went home and got real mad, but not only did Victor get posterized in his first game in the league, in the summer league, not even playing against the elite, it's just some guy. He went 0 for 9 from 3.
Yeah,
like one of 9.
1 of 9. Sorry.
He's what?
3 1 of 6. I thought it was 1 of 6.
He is looking like playoff Joel Embiid out there.
Ooh.
Just bricks.
Uncalled for, sir.
10 rebounds.
Or Anthony Davis every other game.
Yeah, he was
another uncalled for.
he was getting bullied out there, and he looked uncomfortable. Like the speed of the game was just like faster. I'm taking it with a grain of salt because it's his first NBA game, and he's been hounded since he got here. By all accounts, he'll be fine. But still, come on, man.
So, it does not matter.
Like
when you got dunked on, all the Britney Spears stands on Twitter, they put a video of him getting dunked on with
Britney Spears'
music.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. This is a non-story. It was the first fucking game, but what it does do is it highlights something that doesn't get talked about enough is how much hype and pressure you can put on a person that is not played in the NBA or any professional sport, be it NFL or whatever, and what impact that might have, and also how much you need to applaud when somebody exceeds those expectations or at least live up to them.
LeBron James,
which is pretty much a tale of one person, right? It's LeBron.
Michael Jordan.
The hype wasn't the same. No.
Yeah.
Not the hype coming in, but once the hype started, it was the biggest hype.
The hype started 6 years into his fucking career.
Yeah, so like he was already him at that point.
Right.
He
so
it's like, oh shit.
I see what you're saying.
Right. So but like to be a teenager and to have this much hype put on you and then to get into the league, what would Victor Wembanyama have to do to meet the hype? What's the expectation to meet the hype?
Triple doubles every game, 17 championships.
Right? So it's like it's nuts.
You know, Ryan, you know what I'm thinking about, Ryan? I'm thinking about all the soccer players that are like 17, 18 that are hyped as fuck. Like what? Hendricks, 15 or 16 or something like that? Something crazy?
The only experience I have with that is Freddie Adu, and the reason I remember Freddie Adu, we gotta let that one go. No, but this the point that I need to make.
Vacuums now.
The Freddie Adu thing as a non-soccer guy, right? Mm-hmm. A hype that existed around this dude being here playing for DC United. That was like, oh my god, we have the next Pele on our fucking hands, and it was like, really, is this dude that good? It made me pay attention. And you know how much I don't want to pay attention to it.
Right. So I wasn't paying attention much to soccer at that point when Freddie Dude was there. But was the hype the same for, like, let's say like an Arsenal? Like, in terms of like Arsenal was looking at him, Barcelona, Real Madrid were all looking.
He had the American machine behind him.
I know. I'm not. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the American machine because it's like he was one of the first.
He went to the Premier League.
What, played for like Brighton or something?
That's a good question. No, but the hype was that he was the going to be the greatest soccer player.
They called him the next Pele.
Yeah,
you can call him whatever the fuck you want, like especially here.
Jesus Christ, I'm just talking about hype. Hype is different from anything you have to actually accomplish.
Oh, my bad. He went to Benfica.
Yeah, like
that's not. I'm not. It doesn't matter. It's not the point I'm making. The point that I'm making is the hype. The hype machine is nuts.
Benfica, Monaco,
and we're talking about the American.
He never made it to the Premier League.
Yeah, I know. I said he went to Benfica. Anyway, let K-Dot finish. I know we can't see him, so it means he doesn't matter, but just because he's gonna have to edit around all of this.
Motherfucker, this might just be an audio episode. Fuck all your faces. Don't push me. It was the hype. What I meant by the American hype is it caught me. You can't go anywhere. There are people that know about Victor Wembanyama. How the fuck would have thought Britney Spears knows who fucking Victor Wembanyama is? Like, what the fuck is that?
That's like, probably the craziest part. Like Britney, I don't know. She was
the fuck.
She wasn't allowed to watch TV for like 20 years, and she knows who Victor Wembanyama is.
So the hype is insane. And like after his first game, the amount of memes and everything else, I feel sorry for dude, man. I don't know how you can exist in that.
I don't, because he has. If there's like 2 coaches on the planet who could deal with it, and he's got one of them.
I can agree with that part of it.
Yeah,
but I mean, on a human level, though, man. On a human level, imagine going to work every fucking day, and they said that you were the next fucking Alan Dershowitz. like they're expecting to see fucking godlike legal skills from you every fucking day. When you show up, you're hungover. You know, and they're like, "Hold on, what the fuck? This guy was supposed to be? I didn't see it." And then you go home, and on Twitter, everyone's fucking memeing the shit out of you.
That's why I don't have Twitter no more. I couldn't handle it. No, but he'll be fine. He'll be fine.
Yeah, that's the thing. He'll be fine.
To me, it's a little interesting to watch how the college players who played, like watching Scoot yesterday. Scoot was fantastic. But just the way, the speed of the game, how it differs between playing basketball here and playing in Europe, it's a completely different sport. And I think once he gets his feet under him, all 7 feet of those feet, he'll be fine.
Yeah,
but it happens with all of them. Not with most of the Euro players.
Yeah, I mean, fucking Joker took a little bit.
Luka,
Giannis absolutely did. Luka, all of them.
Giannis was drafted in 2013. So
Luka came out the gates blazing.
Luka has
because he's racist. He was fueling him.
That's just rude. All right, moving on.
Yeah, and it's ignored because we can't see you. The other part about it is for Victor, he's not having the worst off season, even with the stuff with Britney Spears. I dub the Jordan Poole of this off season is Jalen Green.
Bro, if the man's gay, just let him be gay. Let him go. It doesn't matter.
Dude, when I say the Jordan Poole of the offseason, I mean the person that's getting the jokes the most. Victor's a strong second, but
Zion.
Oh shit! You know what?
Yeah, but Zion.
Yeah. Hey, they might have to share that award.
Here's the thing, though.
The Jordan Poole award
has said nothing.
Good move.
Still got the jokes.
No, but he's like, yeah, I'm out here. Hide your kids. Hide your wife. I'm fucking everybody out here.
look, he don't have to say nothing because she's doing all the talking.
Yeah, she looks dumb as shit.
Yeah, but so does Zion because he's associated. Yeah, he looks bad.
Zion looks bad in the sense of motherfucking NDAs and pay your whores.
He looks insane.
What are you doing?
No, he's just, dude, he was bored.
He looks insane.
Now, Zion's out in these streets doing the same thing 90% of us would do if given the same opportunity. The only thing
Zion
is that
looks insane.
He looks dumb. The only reason he looks dumb is because there's a reason NDAs and escorts exist, son.
Also,
and guess what? He has a lot of vets on this team.
Yeah, but they've been making fun of him for years. You remember, every press conference what's your favorite city?
Where's your favorite
city? Yeah, Dallas. No, he said Dallas.
Yeah, Dallas. Because
Brandon Crawford, Brandon Ingram was like, yeah, we know you like Dallas.
Right. It's like they've been making fun of this asshole because they know he's out. Can you imagine him on every plane ride or anything? It's all right, who you got tonight, Zion? Oh, look at this. I'm gonna be all up in them cheeks.
You seen how he dresses?
Who?
I don't really pay attention to the way he dresses. No, I don't know.
You could tell a lot about a person by the way they dress.
Is he see, he's probably, I'm not going to say he's got Tiger Woods syndrome because that's a very, very specific thing.
Nah, he looks like a uncle from South Carolina in like 1994.
He looks like Michael Jordan does now.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so here we got
a
dude
with the earpiece.
So there's a little bit of Tiger in him, which is I'm a dude with no game whatsoever.
Yep.
And now I'm a professional millionaire, and I'm famous as shit, and I want to put my penis and stuff. So that's where he's at, and I get it.
And he's bored. He's not even playing. He's been injured, so he's like, I gotta do something, and that something is Instagram horse.
You do one of two things. You either spaz out like him or Tiger Woods, or you do something that the other side does, which is just get married immediately.
No,
RG3.
Or he could have gone crazy a lot of different ways. At least he's not ruining the locker room and lighting sage.
No, I'm worried about his financial situation if he keeps fucking banging randos.
No, because that would be based off what they need.
I'm just saying,
he could have hundreds of them.
There are smarter ways to go about this. Escorts exist, NDAs exist. We never heard anything about Michael's horse, and he has them.
Don't be silly.
They all do.
Wrap your willy. All right, moving on.
Remember Shaq? Kobe?
All right.
Kobe. Man.
So let's go into the NBA free agency so far.
Entire 90s.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to say the player name, the team they're going to or staying at, and the contract value. And then you guys tell me if you care or not.
Okay.
All right. So the value so far of all free agents that have signed has been over $2 billion, which is crazy. All right. So Jeremy Grant, Portland, 160.
Boo.
I care because it's stupid.
Yeah, we kind of talked about that one already.
Yeah.
Fred VanVleet, Houston, 128.
That is an interesting move. I think the contract is okay. But Houston?
Yeah, don't care. It's Houston.
They have to spend money. Houston has to spend money.
That's it.
Dude, yep. All Fred VanVleet's gonna do is shoot threes and go to the strip club.
It doesn't look. It looks like they may be out of the Harden sweepstakes.
Is that Harden? Is that Harden 2.0?
What?
No. Well,
shoot threes and hit the strip club.
That's called the Harden.
Yeah. It's
all right. It is.
But that's the only reason that Harden's probably not going to go to Houston. They already got somebody doing the Harden.
Yeah. You got Kyrie Irving, Dallas, 126.
Good contract. Good for Dallas.
Yeah, they're exactly where they were.
Yeah, but they're going to have an extra year to.
Congrats to not play defense.
No,
Did you see all the people we just signed?
God damn it! You know what? All right. I don't. If I say I don't care, do we not talk about it?
Yes.
Okay. That's fine.
But just name all the Mavericks players. I don't care. I don't want you to defend.
All right. We'll see. We'll see in like 6 months. I want to hear the same energy. All right. Cameron Johnson.
You will.
Brooklyn, 108. Yeah, you just be wrong.
That is a great contract.
I was so wrong last season.
Yeah. In the past few years.
Cam Johnson, great contract.
East.
for the Nets.
All right. Kyle Kuzma.
Not about your Mavericks, son.
Kyle Kuzma, Washington, 102.
I love it.
I am confused by it, but I do love the numbers.
Okay. Chris Middleton, Milwaukee, 102.
Good for Milwaukee.
Yep.
And his is 3 years, Kuzma's is 4. So
Milwaukee,
makes
I
sense.
think Milwaukee got a discount. So good for them.
yeah. Draymond Green, Golden State, 100.
Great.
Yeah, they need him.
Green over Poole. Brooks, Houston, 80.
Again, Houston. It's okay.
They needed to spend money, but yeah, like if somebody gets 80 million on the market, they should have tried to do some sort of sign and trade or something. They should have traded him a long time ago. Jacob Pirtle stays with Toronto for 78 million.
Good for Toronto.
Max Strus.
It's a good contract for Toronto because Pirtle's a pretty solid.
He's good. Max Strus, Cleveland for 62 million.
Fucking bargain. Miami's getting their undrafteds paid, but not by Miami.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta be honest. That seemed like a lot for Strus.
He was a major contributor, man.
Yeah,
and
deep playoff run.
He also went missing a lot.
Yeah, but the Cavs are missing, so maybe they'll find something.
Yeah. Grant Williams, Dallas, 54.
How do you feel about that one?
I love it. Like a 3 and D guy. That's all we need.
My favorite Grant Williams thing was the fact that
make them both.
He was at the white party, the Michael Rubin white party, talking to Jay-Z, and they were wondering if Jay-Z was ordering more bacon wrapped scallops. Boy, Grant Williams.
He was also Batman on Halloween. Just fun.
Yeah, have fun with that.
Yeah, we will. Hopefully we can get Boban back too, and maybe get Tobias Harris, But I'll talk about Jay-Z a little bit more for my final thought. So good one. All right. Austin Reeves, Lakers, 53.
Get it, kid.
Deal for the Lakers. I thought he was going to get more than that.
Yeah, he just wants to play with LeBron.
That's fair. If LeBron even suits up to play this year. Which they should, because I actually think LA is a very strong contender.
Yeah, because they made a shit ton of moves. Herb Jones, the Pelicans, 53.
Pelicans
fine.
He's really fucking good defensively.
Yeah.
Rui, Lakers, 51.
Congrats, Rui.
DiVincenzo, Knicks, 50.
Knicks, don't care.
That's a lot of money for him.
It's the Knicks. It's not. And I don't know, man. The Knicks are interesting to me. I don't know how this will necessarily turn out for them.
One of their biggest issues was depth. So
yep.
So 50 million for a depth piece. That's
because Brunson's a guy.
Brook Lopez, Milwaukee, 48.
Big deal.
Huge.
Yeah. 2 years, by the way, on Brook Lopez's deal. So he's 24 a year. Crazy.
I thought he was leaving. So great.
Isn't he also like 400 years old at this point?
Yeah, and they also got his twin brother on the team too.
Yeah, but Brook Lopez is 35. He's not getting anything more than a 2-year deal. Probably one, and then he's probably done. But
he is very vital to them doing things.
Yeah, it would have been, if he got 3 years, it would have been 3 years, 72 million. So that's nice. Bruce Brown, 2 years, 45 million.
Where?
Pacers, sorry.
I liked it.
Yeah, I like it too. Pacers.
I did not expect him to get over 20.
He just won a championship.
I know.
You get extra.
Yes.
Yeah. D'Angelo Russell, 2 years, 37.
Where?
Lakers, staying at home.
Yeah, the Lakers making moves. Or
all right. I'm gonna go through like two more and then we can end it. All right. So then Matisse Thybulle, he's staying with Portland. They matched the offer sheet that he signed with Dallas. It was 3 years, 33 million. And then in the third year, it was a player option for 11.5.
Well, considering he sucks. Okay.
He's good defensively.
Yeah,
That's kind of what we all needed. And he's 26. All right. Last one that we all really care about would be, I guess, Gabe Vincent going from Miami to LA, 3 years, $33 million.
It's a good contract for LA. Gabe Vincent was
LA's been putting out some money.
$0 like 2 years ago.
LA has a window.
Yeah, it's called this year.
Yeah.
I think out of all the things that happened, the biggest surprise to me so far has been the Bucks trying to maintain their core and seemingly.
Oh, my bad. I got more. Desmond Bane, 207. Ant Edwards, 260.
And LaMelo, 260.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. I forgot about that one.
Save Ant from Minnesota.
He don't like
Get him out of there
for a while.
Get him out of there.
Maybe he likes it there. He doesn't really look like he likes people. So
Ant?
maybe, yeah.
I don't think that's true.
I feel like he just likes to stay at home
and chill with his dog. Or was it a dog or a cat? They put in the video.
I think it was a dog, right?
But regardless, he ain't winning shit in Minnesota with that fucking cast around him. Get out of there.
Yeah.
And I think he has the ability. Been saying this. In the next few years, I'd look at him as a top 5 to top 3 player in the entire NBA.
Well, that and they're smart for paying him now, because in 2 years from now, he's gonna be $330 million.
Bingo, bango, bongo.
And they'll be able to trade him for some nice shit because his contract looks so attractive. Anyway,
how many years you saying?
Let's say next 3, within the next 2 or 3.
So in the next 3, all right, you said he'll be what, top 3?
Top 5 to top 3.
Yeah.
Top 5. I guess I can see it.
I'm high. I'm really, really high on Ant.
All right. Would you say that you think he would be better than Shai?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. LaMelo?
Yep.
Yes.
Embiid?
Yeah.
Okay. Luka?
Debatable.
That's not debatable. All right.
Fuck you. You asked me.
Giannis?
No.
That's Devin Booker?
Yeah.
Yes, possibly.
Jokic?
No.
AD?
Yes. You named the 2 guys that I absolutely will have above him in the next 2 or 3 years, which is Giannis and
Tatum?
If you think
Tatum?
Yes.
If you think in 3 years that KD is still going to be playing at a high level.
Nah.
Did you say KD or 80?
AD.
KD?
No, I said 80.
Right, I thought you said 80.
Oh, 80 sucks.
Like 80 doesn't suck, but 80 is no. I'm not gonna.
In 3 years, he'll be in a
wheelchair. But that's possible. But the only 2 guys that I absolutely will have above Ant, because like there's no chance.
Giannis and Joker.
Yeah.
Fair.
And Luka.
All right.
I didn't do that.
Final
you
thoughts,
did that.
guys.
Luka might eat himself out of the league or become the best player on the planet.
Luka might look like Kobe in 2010, just fucking pissed off the world that Dallas can't build.
Ryan, you're gonna get this reference. K-Dot's not.
Oh boy.
I think Luka's gonna have his Dembele run. As soon as Dembele got married, that man turned to a different person. All right. So final thoughts. Who wants to go first?
I forgot mine.
All right, go ahead, Ryan.
Wait, you had something to say about Ohtani.
All right. Before we get into final thoughts, I just think it's important to acknowledge when somebody's being really great. I'm gonna try to come back for this, but we'll see how long this lasts.
What's the point?
Fuck you. The Shohei Ohtani. Huh?
What
it's
is
just
that?
a part of a tripod. I've been using it as like a gun with a silencer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that'll be a wild.
Finish your thought before you freeze.
Hey, who am I? Took too long. John Morant. I think it's important to acknowledge when you're seeing something like truly great in sports. And I don't think that what we're seeing with Shohei Ohtani has been getting enough press. And I don't know if it's kind of akin to the way that I felt about Joker, in the sense of I just don't want because he's that. Like, Ohtani is, I don't think people are like a once in a, lifetime, and I don't think that's enough to really. We've never seen this before. Yeah, I'm gonna go away now. We've never seen this before in all of sports. Really, it's not even just baseball. A dude that is in the running for an MVP as well as a Cy Young is nuts to me. Yep. Like, even the only, like, to me, in my opinion, the greatest baseball player of all time is Babe Ruth. And it was because he did both. But he didn't do both at the exact same time, and he didn't do both at the level at which Shohei is doing it. Like, this, you could even say, is maybe more akin to the original NFL stars. So, like, when I talk about a Sammy Baugh who led the league in interceptions, at least getting interceptions, and then also led the league in punting and then throwing, like, that was kind of nutty. But like, outside of that,
Bo Jackson-esque. It's being elite.
But it's the one sport.
Right, but it's almost, pitchers are never good hitters, right? So it's almost like two different sports. But I see
sort of. But that's what I'm saying. Is like it's
like playing both ways on offense and defense. I got it.
Yeah, it's like it's like
he has a batting average that is higher than his ERA, which is outrageous.
So
it's maybe not right now, but it was as of the end of July.
Yeah, he goes both ways like Jalen Green, and it's like he's nuts. And I just think that people need to understand the history at which we're seeing, because we probably will never see this again. And it's just it's a hell of a time to be alive, to be actually able to see this dude play. Like, he might be the most impactful person to a team in the history of baseball.
I'll add this part in regards to the impactful part. The Angels still haven't won a playoff game. Like,
and they won't.
I know, which is that's kind of ridiculous. Like, for how good he is, and then they also have Mike Trout on the team.
But that's the thing with baseball, right? So, like, the thing is with baseball is you could literally go and hit a home run every single time you're up to bat and never win a fucking game. Like, so the pitching aspect of Shohei is what gets him to be that most impactful part. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to say he'll win a championship, but what I will say is that, like, if he's in the playoffs, the idea that Shohei can get a win because of his pitching is very much in the cards. So, like, and I think that will change. So, like, those are the things when you look at when it comes to a baseball player, where it's like, dude, this dude is the most complete baseball player of all time.
He can have the most impact on a game because he can
do both. Like, it's
he can shut you out and hit home runs off.
Do you imagine like a 1-0 shutout home run Shohei Ohtani game where it's like, I single-handedly won this thing?
I'm surprised that hasn't happened yet. I feel like it has.
No, it hasn't, not quite. But
it hasn't. But he almost had a game where he hit for the cycle and struck out 10. But he was like a double short of the cycle. I can't wait for the Mets to give him $1 billion. It's gonna be really.
That's what's gonna happen. It's the fucking Mets, you fucking fake ass Yankees.
I hope he decides to stay on the West Coast and go to the Giants, not the Dodgers. I'd rather the Mets than the Dodgers.
Here's the problem.
I'd rather see you happy than have to hear from Dodgers. No,
I don't think the Giants have the capital.
Well, if the Nats get sold, I think we'll be in the conversation. If we get sold. Till we get sold, I don't think that'll be the case.
Also, we have one of his good friends, Kodai Senga, already on the team, which was a play to get.
Y'all ruined Max. Don't ruin Shohei.
Wait, Max is pitching great. I don't know what you're talking about. No,
he had some moments where he wasn't, and then got caught up in a cheating scandal because you guys suck.
Months ago.
You guys suck. Fuck your team. Fuck your organization. You fake ass Yankees.
Yeah, my final thoughts is go Mets.
All right, my final thought is going back to Jay-Z that we mentioned earlier. Rock Nation, the agency, just bought TFM in Brazil, and they house some of the biggest Brazilian stars in soccer. That's just like another indication that how the sport is growing, especially in the next few years with the World Cup being here. And then you also have international superstars going to MLS teams. Just kind of crazy. Like I think Jordi Alba should be announced within the week, going to Inter Miami as well, along with Busquets and Messi. Suarez would have been there, but he had to retire because of his knee injury. What I think, I wouldn't be surprised if at some point that Neymar's not in New York.
Yeah, they're going to be spending a lot of money.
Yeah,
it's gonna be
and
fun.
I mean, it's not like they don't have it here, especially like when they see, like if you look at the past few years and you see all the numbers that players are getting transferred for and all this other shit, it's like, why aren't we doing that here?
Money.
We got the money.
We don't have oil money.
Yeah. Yes, that is true. But not all the teams that are spending a shit ton of money have oil money.
We got some backdoor oil money somewhere.
I mean, shit, don't we?
No, like those guys with the oil money, we're not like super friendly with them right now. So
yeah, that's also true.
Yeah, they're like friends with those vodka drinkers. Not so much with us. Yeah.
Well, time will tell.
Yeah, that was a cool signing by Rock Nation.
Yeah, I always look at what the billionaires are doing, and it's like, all right, what's the play here? Like, you gotta follow the money.
Yep.
So yeah,
and because they're U.S. based, that means a lot of those players may look to come to the States to play. So that'll be cool. Did you have another final thought, K-Dot, or was that rambling? Your final thought?
No, you said you did.
So I'm sitting here and I'm looking at a drill, like an electric drill, and I just noticed my dad put his social security number on the bottom of it. Why? Really fucking weird. He's got it written on the bottom of the fucking thing. It's
maybe
just so he doesn't forget.
Maybe that's his hiding place for it.
And you froze.
Yeah, I know. I froze. I can see when I freeze.
Okay.
Final thought was Busta Rhymes is the most underrated and underappreciated rapper of all time. He's top 5, and he doesn't get his props. That's it.
So he is on. I don't know if you guys know who Domi and Shady Beck are. They're like a jazz group. Signed with Anderson .Paak and Thundercat, and so their album is half jazz, and then all of a sudden there is a Thundercat, Anderson .Paak, Snoop Dogg, and Busta Rhymes song with a jazz underlay.
That sounds dope.
Outrageous. Check out that album, Domi and JD Beck. They're awesome.
Ryan, talk about your profile picture.
Oh yes. Rest in peace to Eddie. Eddie was a I believe 7-year-old Bills fan. Who was born with a congenital heart defect. Eddie's infantry has been like a staple with Bills Mafia for the last couple of years. I know when Poncho got diagnosed with cancer, him and Eddie did a lot of stuff together, raising money for other kids with cancer, etc. He passed away 2 days ago. But the support from Bills Mafia for his dad, who's been raising him by himself, has been pretty fantastic. Bunch of raffles and stuff to raise money, going to kids' cancer and to help the family and stuff. But rest in peace, Eddie. I know they're going to do a lot of stuff. I know the Bills are going to do a lot of stuff for him during the season, so should be good. Thanks for the reminder.
No worries.
That's dope. Also, congrats, Josh Allen. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Billy Steinfeld. Oh, and I finally did my hair.
Yeah, I saw that.
Took OJ down.
Yeah, I mean, like, one's a murderer, one everybody looks up to, and it's a miracle.
Whoa.
No.
Oh.
OJ. Which one did you think I was talking about?
Yeah, come on. You look up to OJ.
Random question. Who's gonna win Rookie of the Year this year in the NBA?
Victor Wembanyama.
Chet Holmgren.
All right, Ryan. I'm with you.
That kid is. I think he's gonna be the biggest surprise this year.
I'm like, yeah, like Vic is gonna be good, but it's like if you get dunked on every week.
It was one fucking game.
I just think
his first game. So
Chat's gonna
he's
hit the ground
100%.
running.
All right, guys, we're done here.
His averages are getting
literally
dunked on
just
one
had a
time a
conversation
game.
about hype, and now it's over. So, on behalf of James and Ryan, thanks guys for tuning in, and we'll see you maybe next week if we feel like potting. And double salute. Bye, everybody.